And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League. In the Trenches, the recap, preview, etc. show, hosted by yours truly, Scott, and BeerMe Jesus, as always. How are you, BeerMe?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. It got cold. Real cold.
Yeah.
Like 0 degrees cold here in Canada. It's actually 10 right now, but it's been 0. And yes, there's a space heater about... Well, it's next to my foot. Just in case anybody hears that. Too bad, it's cold. And I haven't turned my furnace on yet because it's not that cold. But you know what I mean.
Right.
I skipped the intro. It's Frontline Prediction League. Frontline League on Twitter. Frontline League is the Twitter handle, like I said. Frontline Prediction League is the YouTube channel. You can find us on there, and you can go through that into our Discord and find all the fun stuff for the league in there as well. But bear me, now to go back to that. What's it like out your way? Is it cold?
It's getting cooler. It was, I believe, in the 50s/low 60s today, so it's getting there.
What is that, Celsius again?
That's
It's probably similar, right? The 10s?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's hoodie and it's getting to be hoodie and bonfire season, so
I have my sweater on, and yep, it's cold. But here's the segue. Things are heating up. Hey, get it? You can even see I've got it written up there. Triple weekend with a check mark, and I've got BFG and ER. Bound for Glory is next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Friday, October 7th. Friday. Not Saturday. Friday, October 7th. And 8 p.m. We know there's a countdown show, I believe 7:30. They might have it at 7, but it's always our deadline an hour prior to that. So your deadline is Friday, 6 p.m., probably 6:30, but just think of it, 6 p.m. The picks page for Bound for Glory will be up after Wednesday. Like, on Wednesday, I mean. Before the last Impact airs, because we skip it if it's like Friday to Saturday. We do it before SmackDown. Well, Impact is on Thursdays, and the show's on Friday. So it's going to be before that final Impact. Keep that in mind. It is taped if you want to go look stuff up, but it's going to be based on whatever's announced as of Wednesday, because their digital match is in the middle of the week. So keep that in mind. The picks page will go up then. The Extreme Rules one will be going up probably on Thursday, because that's on the Saturday in SmackDown, like I just said. So, and that's going to be live, so keep that one in mind. Your picks are going to be there. So on Friday, you could do all your picks. On Thursday, you could do all your picks. Keep that in mind. Please, please, please. Don't miss these shows. Bound for Glory is Impact. Probably the last house show of the year, because Extreme Rules, Halloween Havoc, and Crown Jewel and Survivor Series are all WWE NXT. They're all main shows. And Full Gear is going to be a main show. And that's it for AEW. So that's probably it. We might obviously get an ROH, might have a final battle in December. Otherwise, we have no December show. So we'll see how that goes. We might have that one. That could be the house show, but that's it till January 1st for day one. So interesting stuff coming up, BeerMe, where there's a lot of shows and yet not a lot of time. So let's talk about this one, because Bound for Glory, again, it's next weekend, but we're going to spend this episode covering that one, and then end with a preview, because we're going to have an Extreme Rules match announcement. I've got one, and you've got one, and we'll cover that full card next weekend. Or next week, not weekend. Next weekend is the show. So I think we're good to dive into these. BeerMe, how about you?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay. The FPL European Grand Prix Championship, the first ever defense by inaugural champion James Black, will be against James Blake. Do you think Black retains? I know we've talked about these as we announced them, but here we are when it really matters to say. I do think Black is going to hold it over Blake. I think Black has been strong on getting to this point, and I think he's going to hang on to this and keep it. What do you think?
I agree.
We haven't had a champion get the belt and then lose it, because like the world champion retained, the tag champs retained, I think. Yeah, it was the Creatures. I'm pretty sure they had at least one retention, and then like the American Canadian, obviously they had long reigns, Rolantando and McKennedy. So yeah, Black, he could set a record by being the first champion to lose, like the first inaugural champion to lose in the first defense, where there's no successful defense. Because we've had plenty of champions, myself included, not successfully defend once they won it, but we weren't the first tag champs. He's the first Euro.
Right.
But it could happen, but I doubt it. I doubt we'll have that. I think Black will continue on, and Blake will be turned back. So, but this one, BeerMe, this, to pull back that curtain, you and CT have been very frustrated by the Bound for Glory card, and the Extreme Rules card on top of that, because there's some weird-ass matches, and I think CT has a submission match here against you, and he's got a fight pit on Saturday. He's got it worse off. You've got a lumberjack match for the tag titles, if I remember correctly? Yeah, so you don't have it well either, but you're facing CT in a submission match. Now, Doc Gallows is not on the card. And Carl Anderson, they are not on the card. The Good Brothers are not there to ruin everything, right?
True. It's true.
Do you know who you're putting your one-pointer on?
I'm like 90% sure, yes.
Okay.
I think I know what I'm putting.
Okay.
I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens this upcoming week, but yeah,
Fair.
I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing.
Fair. I know a lot of it with a submission match. Do remember the one-pointer. If you get that one-pointer wrong, you tap out. Match is over.
Yeah.
So if you put 1 point on Eddie Edwards and Josh Alexander wins, and that opens the show, match is done. Like, that's it. That's it. So it's actually your top, like the one you're most confident about is that one-pointer. Normally, it's your throwaway things for, like, the Call Your Gauntlet Battle Royal or the Brian Myers Open Challenge or, right? So,
Right.
yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very, very wild. Are you confident? I'm not going to ask who's going to win. Are you confident?
Yeah. I think I know. Yeah, I'm pretty confident. There's like one match I'm not really well, obviously there's a couple matches I'm not confident on, but
ignore
I think
the wacky ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna second guess myself on my one pointer this time because I was originally gonna put it on Rich Swann and he won, and I switched it to the Good Brothers. And, you know that, or not the Good Brothers. I switched to the Briscoes and the Good Brothers.
Why would they win?
So.
Yeah. Remember them? They were good in that one ROH match they had. I miss the Briscoes. They're awesome.
Right.
Now, I am confident in CT, but it's you at Impact in a submission match, even with the history you had with him on that. I think you've got this. I think you're going to win this one. I don't think you took him lightly. I just think whatever happened. I think you're going to get this win. I think you got it.
All right.
So
thank you.
Also, the world champion doesn't normally win champ versus champ.
It's true.
So pile that on, and there you go. Speaking of champs, non-title, the Canadian champion, Sebastian Escobar, faces me, the Canadian. Non-title, not a Watson rules, not a submission match. It's just a match. I'm confident, but this Impact card has me worried, and I'm scared. And I admittedly like the story better where Escobar wins and gets to say he beat the Canadian. Like, that's a better story, not going to lie. But I want to avenge the Forbidden Door loss where I lost as the front of the line and Mr. Frontline did his thing, right? So I got to avenge that, but I like the story better if he does it. I want to win, though. I'm confident. As much as one can be with a match like this. What do you think? You picking Escobar or are you picking me? I understand if you pick Escobar. I really do. He's good.
I know. I usually don't bet against Sebastian Escobar. But this time, I'm going to go with the Canadian. And
really?
I think you're going to get them back for giving you your flag back. So
Okay. I like that. The sucky part of this is I'm in the tag tournament. I'm not in a singles division whatsoever, so I can't even gun after him if I win. It's a house show. It doesn't matter anyway, but I can be like, the story's there. Now we can go, let's go that path like we've said with others, right? That's not even a thing. That's like that. This is the one little bit of like, I get to face the Canadian champ. Bye, and then go do my thing elsewhere. So that's like the one little moment for that. So yeah. Let's see. The GMSG, the other half of the tag team champions, faces Lexi Briggs. I think I picked GMSG before. He's beaten me 12 times. I can't not pick him. But Lexi is the pinner of champions, and if anyone can, it's her on Impact. So I would put like a point or two on Lexi if we were predicting this card. It'd be low, but I'm going to gamble it. The safe bet is GMSG based on my history. I can't not. So you're going to pick him though, right?
Well, I'm going to pick GMSG because I'm talking picks with him and he's talking picks with me.
Yeah.
Hopefully we both win.
Okay. CJ Hawk versus Dion Blade. Who have you got?
I'm going to go with Dion Blade. And I don't know why. I'm just gonna
I was going to say, why is that? As I take a drink of water.
I know that he's a big Impact guy, and this is an Impact show, and I feel like he's going to sneak one out.
There's been a few world champions that immediately lose to big opponents after they lose the world title, and this would classify that. I've beaten so many world champions their next match after they lost the world title. It sucks. But it's like story, you get that. I could absolutely see Blade winning this. 100% like you said.
Yeah.
I don't quite know why, but there's just like the history's there for that kind of thing. Like, oh man, he didn't beat him when he was champ, but he beat him here, that kind of thing. But betting against Hawk is very, very risky because he's damn good. And I say that with him as an opponent in my near future. Yeah, I'm going to pick Blade, too. I got a funny feeling on that one. It's not going to ruin any momentum. It's Impact. It's fine. I think it more helps Blade out in that sense if he wins that. And I think he's going to. I mean, Hawk, again, it's hard to bet against him. Let's be honest. So, next up, speaking about people hard to bet against, I got a whole bunch of names here. One-on-one, Roman Pierce versus Mr. Glee. I know Roman's hard to bet against, but I know you like Mr. Glee. You want to pick him, right?
I am going to pick Mr. Glee.
I'm picking Roman.
All right.
I'm picking Roman. He was champ, briefly, and he's going to cause some chaos. So I'm picking him for that one. Rate Wrestle. Rate Wrestle, who could be champ the next day, versus Tino, who was oh so close to that Canadian title. I'm picking Rate. I think the momentum's there. I think he's got this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with it too. I think he's going to put on an exhibition and show CT what he's got in store for him the next night.
I think Tino's also kind of like Teflon. He could lose and it doesn't seem to matter. Like, he'll always rebound. He'll get back there. Like, here he is, high-profile match facing the number one contender a day prior. Again, house show.
I mean, shit, he won that tournament.
He won the tournament.
So, I mean,
exactly. Tino time can be any time. There's a shirt.
It's true. That is a good shirt.
Now, next up, hardcore match. The Alpha Dog versus Red. Now, Red's been getting violent, and I love it. Alpha Dog, I will never bet against. Don't sell him short. But it's Red. Sorry, Alpha Dog. I say that like I bet against Alpha Dog I'm sure a bunch of times. I want Alpha Dog to win. I want Alpha Dog to do good. I like the Alpha Dog. He's awesome. That's my girl, though. I'm sorry, man. Like I gotta go with Red. So she's gonna make you bleed through the mask. I'm sorry. She's not. He might be, but I'm picking Red. I'm picking Red. I'm biased. Who you got?
I'm gonna pick Alpha Dog, and I don't know. I don't really know why. I feel like either person could win this. I feel like they're both getting hardcore, so
Okay. How about this one? James Costner versus JJ Rocky. Former world champion versus someone that you faced as world champion a couple of years ago, who's been hit or miss and turning that corner, but like I'll say it, this match turns that corner, gets that momentum back. Costner is damn good, and I don't want to say he can easily handle him, but it sounds like that. Like, it won't be easy, but he can absolutely do it. Like, it is something that he can absolutely handle. I am picking Costner on this one. But, again, JJ can do it. It is Impact. You never know. Who have you got?
Yeah, I'm going to... Man, it pains me to bet against JJ Rocky, but I'm also going to go with James Costner because I feel like he needs that momentum going into the next night.
He's had it, too. Like, he's been doing very well with the key wins, so I think I don't actually even remember. No, I do. It's the American. He's probably going to go all the way on the weekend. I can see him winning that, thinking on it. At this moment. Next week, who the heck knows? But right now, I think he's going to go 2-0. Next up, Luke Gray versus Bane the Bissa. Now, this, I think, was one of the more recent ones we've announced. I am picking Luke to get... Again, it sounds weird to get the upset. It really shouldn't be. He's the veteran. But it feels like Bane's been a little more dominant lately. So it is an upset in that way. But I think Luke's got this. I think Luke can do it. Again, I think the matchup is good. I think Bane can absolutely win this one. Might be expected to. But I think being Impact, Luke's been around for enough of those. He knows what's what. I think he's got this. I think Luke's going to take that one and get on track here. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to go with Luke as well.
Okay. Now, we don't have any kickoff show matches announced. Obviously, when you put your picks in, if I scroll up here, it is, again, 8 p.m. Friday, October 7th. You put your picks in, you will have a match. This is how it works. So you get them in, you're good to go. We'll be doing the booking that afternoon. Spoiler, I won't be there for that. I'll be probably working leading up to that because I work till around that time. And then I usually go out for a bit, and then we're good. So, yeah. That night, voice chat will be going. I'm sure, BeerMe, you're going to be there. I will be there as soon as I'm back. You get to hear us go crazy about Moose and in the gauntlet and stuff. It's whatever he's doing, it's going to be fun. So it looks like a fun show all around. So please join us in our Discord for that. It is available from this YouTube channel down in the links. You can go through there into our Discord and sign up, be part of this, and just hear us in the voice chat going nuts. But that's Bound for Glory. Now, again, your deadline is Friday. It's Friday. Extreme Rules is the day after. Again, we're going to preview this full card next week with who we think is going to win. But keep in mind, we've got the World Title Fight Pit Submission Match. We've got the American Title Boot Camp Death Match. We've got the Continental Tag Title Lumberjack Match, plus an Inferno Death Match, a TLC match, a number one contenders Elimination Table Hardcore Match for the World Title, a Continental Tag Title Contenders Ladder Match, and then we have Canadian Watson Rules number one contender match, a Steel Cage hardcore match, and Extreme Rules hardcore match. Plus, I face Hawk on the kickoff. So, no stipulation. That's just enough for me. Oh, crap. And then, yes, Halloween Havoc is also a thing. We have that also, and we go through. But I've got another match to announce, actually, for the kickoff of Extreme Rules. And I believe you have one as well, BeerMe. So let's go to that here and bring that up. And my match, it is Sebastian Escobar, who I'm facing the night prior. He will face on the kickoff, I believe in the main event, Lexi Briggs, the pinner of champions. So, again, we don't want to go through who we think is going to win, but off the handle, off the gut, I'm kind of thinking Escobar, but it's Lexi Briggs, pinner of champions. I don't want to bet against that. I love that. So, who do you think? Just instant reaction. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Escobar, because if I'm picking you the night before, I don't think he's going to go 0-2 on the weekend.
Oh, okay. So you think he's going to go 1-1?
Yes.
Okay.
Respectfully.
Yes. What's your kickoff match? I believe it's just a kickoff, right?
It is. I have Redhead 12, your girl, taking on James Blake in a phone booth fight hardcore match. And I literally messaged CT after this. I was like, what the is that? And he goes, it is where two competitors will be locked in a phone booth where the winner will be determined when one opponent can no longer fight back or surrenders.
So, he may be the European champion, by the way. Because it's Blake, you said, right?
Sure.
Not Black, it's Blake?
Yep, it's Blake.
So, he might be the champion at that. And this is on a main show, so that's the thing. I don't know if people have seen that video of basically two MMA fighters fighting in a phone booth with a referee outside watching it. Yeah. I posted that to our future events chat, and I went, okay, hear me out. like, ... And Red's like, oh, I love it. So,
right.
It's like, let's run with it. It's like a little steel cage submission type deal. Yeah, sure. So, yep. Believe me, I also saw the jiu-jitsu in a car. I don't know. We'll see what happens down the line. We're open to goofy stuff. Like, it's a cinematic match in a goddamn phone booth. It's too perfect. It's so great. So, yeah, that match, I believe that one's going to be on the kickoff, but it's probably going to get a write-up because it's a bit big. It's a bit bigger. I've done, like, my match with Hawk. It'll be a bit bigger because it's my match. I'm going to write a bit more of that. So that's just what it is. But it won't be too big. Like, if he beats me outright, it's going to look good. And, yep, and if I beat him, it's going to look good. Guess what? I'm facing a recent former world champion. Here we go again. So, yeah, so that is Extreme Rules. Brief rundown, that is our Bound for Glory card. And yes, absolutely, as mentioned, we do have Halloween Havoc coming up after that. It is going to be a bonkers fun one. I'm looking forward to it. Legitimately, the show as well. We got the Canadian title. We got the Trick or Street street fight. We got the tag tournament starting in earnest. Plus, we've got more matches, obviously, from there. Crown Jewel will come from there. The world title is going to be there, as are the tag titles, plus round 2 of the tournament. And then Full Gear, the first AEW main show that we are having, will also have the world title. It will have the Canadian title and the tournament final. And then Survivor Series. And it's War Games. It's Survivor Series. We're not quite sure exactly on the counts yet. Even if they don't do any legitimate 5-on-5 elimination Survivor Series matches, we will. So we've done 3 historically. We might do 2 of those in a War Games. I don't think we're going to do 2 War Games in a Survivor. We're probably going to do 2 Survivor in a War Games. That's November 26th. That's literally 2 months from earlier in the week. We'll figure that out. We're working on that. We've got it kind of plotted what we were going to do. Some stuff that we weren't going to do suddenly became really cool when it became War Games. Because we were hoping and waiting for that December War Games like last year, and then it just didn't come. It didn't come, and here it is. Make some things a bit cleaner for us. It is a little more fun there. It also depends on the championships, because the champions might not be in any of these matches. So we could have defenses on that. And this is that one weird case where maybe the European title is defended on a main show, because it's not pure house show, but it really is. Like, it is. But look at it realistically here. If it's defended at Bound for Glory, that's it. Like, the next defense wouldn't be till Hard to Kill, January, 10th or something. Well, that's all of, that's most of October, all of November, all of December, and then part of January. That's almost 4 months for the defense. We might sneak in November for that, and we hope for Final Battle. So that's just to keep in mind how things might be going with that one. But we'll definitely have that more as we go. And we do want to put on here the defenses coming up. Like, as we get to day 1 when that comes in, if there's title defenses, we've got them penciled in. You can see Canadian title. We don't even know who the challenger is yet or who the champion is. We got people in mind, and we know who's going to win the matches for the titles, so it will work its way together for that. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to all this stuff. Looking forward to next week with Bound for Glory. Again, BeerMe, I am excited for this one. I know you are. It's Impact. Some of our favorite stuff is the Impact shows, right? So, Anything else you want to say before we head on out of here? Because we're at the 23-minute mark. Somehow, this is only 4 more minutes longer than last week. Ish. I think it was close to 20. Crazy. And yet, I thought we were at the 35-minute mark. So, it's probably for the better. I'm glad we split these up. But anything else you want to say here?
No, I think we got it all covered. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And we'll catch you next week.
There we go. Thanks again, everybody. This is, again, Frontline League on Twitter. Frontline Prediction League is the YouTube channel. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Please, please do. And then come into our Discord. Excuse me. I should have taken that drink of water. I had it up. I didn't do it. I'm going to get through this. Top of the Card Pod is also our Top of the Card wrestling podcast. We recorded one last week. It should be up by now, I think. It's right during Dynamite Night, which is always a wild one to do it during. But we've talked about stuff up to and including things like a possible Punk buyout and the White Rabbit stuff and Braun, SmackDown rebranding, and the PWI. All those topics have been covered. It's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. It's by BeerMe, myself, and then the other who run the FPL, CT, Jimis G, and Red. So check that out. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's on Google Play. It's available on all of those. Frontline League is ours here, though, for this fake wrestling stuff that we make up. I'll leave it at that. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.